Welcome to Health and Lifestyle, where we bring you personal stories of individuals facing the challenges of health and wellness. I hated my baby. Those are the words of a young mother who shares her postpartum depression story with us. Phoebe Ndongo, a psychologist, demystifies mental health. And we tell you habits to practice to help you manage postpartum depression. All that's coming up on Health and Lifestyle. My name is Marie Yambo. Would also like to hear from you. Go to our social media platforms at Marie Yambo, at KBC Channel 1 on X. On Facebook, it's KBC Channel 1 TV. Share your ideas and comments on some of the topics you'd want us to cover in this program. Birth of a baby can start a variety of powerful emotions, from excitement and joy to fear and anxiety, but it can also result in something you might not expect, and that is depression. Most new moms experience postpartum baby blues within the first 2 to 3 days to even 2 weeks after birth. This may include mood swings, crying spells, anxiety, and even difficulty sleeping. But some new moms experience a more severe, long-lasting form of depression known as postpartum depression. So what is postpartum depression? It is depression that occurs after childbirth. According to the World Health Organization, it is characterized by prolonged feeling of sadness, anxiety, worry that can last up to 12 months after delivery. It affects approximately 10 to about 20% of women worldwide. It can lead to serious health risks for mother and infant, and the mother can also suffer greater risk of major depression later on in life. Treatment for postpartum depression can include counseling, antidepressants, or hormone therapy. Some of the symptoms of postpartum depression include insomnia, lack of sleep that is, persistent crying, withdrawing from family and friends, doubting your ability as a good mother, thoughts of harming yourself or your baby, and loss of appetite, irritability, feeling overwhelmed, difficulty bonding with your baby is also another major red flag. Jackie, not her real name, had always dreamt of completing her degree and pursuing a career in communication. But life had a different plan for her. Her world was turned upside down when she found out she was expectant. Here is her story of courage and resilience in the face of postpartum depression. In her second year of university, Jackie discovered she was pregnant. Abandoned by her boyfriend, shock, fear, and uncertainty flooded her mind.
Of course, the pregnancy was not planned, and the baby daddy was not responsible and was not ready to take care of that pregnancy and me. So when COVID came, I had to go back home because all schools were closed. And so while at home, I could reach out to him, and all he could do is cut my calls and also blue tick me on WhatsApp, blue tick my text messages.
Faced with the daunting reality of motherhood, she made the difficult decision to tell her mother about the unexpected turn in her life.
When I went back home, a neighbor came, and she was crying and telling my mom that her daughter had come home from her marriage simply because she gets pregnant and the pregnancy dissolves at 4 months. So I took that opportunity and told my mom, "Mom, you know what? I'm pregnant." And so the neighbor was like, "Don't dare do an abortion to your baby," because I did that when my daughter was in high school in Form 3. And you can see what is happening right now. She cannot sustain her marriage because of that. She cannot have kids.
As she navigated through the challenges of pregnancy, Jackie found herself overwhelmed by a whirlwind of emotions after giving birth. Postpartum depression settled in like a heavy fog, casting a shadow over her once bright spirit. She struggled to bond with her baby.
My mom used to sleep with my baby. My mom used to take my baby for clinics. Like, I didn't want to associate myself with him. I will say that if it wasn't for my mom, maybe I would have done something bad to me and to my baby, because I hated my baby. I truly hated him. I hated an innocent soul. My mama was always telling me that this is not the end of life. You have to wake up and go. Go and start again. I know you will do it. You will do it for yourself, for the sake of your baby.
But through it all, Jackie refused to give up. She enrolled back in college. Her journey through postpartum depression was a roller coaster of highs and lows.
I was a student. I had no cash. I had no one to support me, but my mom was there. But you know, as a young girl who is pregnant, you also want the one who is responsible to take part in that pregnancy journey, but he was not there. I will call him and tell him that, okay, my mommy wants diapers, my mommy, okay, the baby needs food, things like those ones. And so he will just ignore me, ignore my text, ignore my calls, blue tick the text. And so I guess that truly, that situation even affected my studies, because it reached a time when I wouldn't even go to class. One of my lecturers noted me being absent from school and reached out to me, and I opened up to him. He was very understanding, and I remember he gave me 1,000 bob to send my mom that day. Okay, after that, he asked me if I would really like to visit a counselor who can help me cope up with everything that I'm going through.
With the support of her family and a compassionate therapist, she began to heal.
By that time, when I was going to that counselor, I guess the depression was on a very high note, because sometimes I will just fall down when walking. And so it was, okay, when I started the counseling sessions, on that first day I was like, I didn't know even what to talk to her. I remember I had to write what I was going through on a piece of paper and gave that piece of paper to her to read for herself. Yeah, it was that bad.
Was that the worst?
Yeah, I couldn't even talk. I just wrote everything that I was going through and gave it to her.
And as her baby grew, so did she. In her son, she discovered a newfound sense of purpose.
My baby is the best thing that has ever happened to my life, and I don't regret being with him. But what I regret is the fact that I hated him, and I truly feel bad for that. And let me say, he's the reason why I'm pushing myself every day to be better. Yeah, I have a reason to wake up in the morning and do what I love.
Can childbirth lead to depression? Well, that's the question that we pose to the public. Here are their reactions on Word on the Streets.
Personally, I think yes, it can lead to depression, because the process of giving birth is not easy. So for the mother, the type of giving birth, maybe CS or normal birth, it can lead to such depression, and hapo ndio atashindwa hadi kunyonyesha the child. Yeah.
Yes. Let's say like when a mother gets pregnant and the father decided to abandon the mother, now when the mother gave birth to the child, it can lead to depression due to lack of money of bringing up the child. Yeah, something like that.
I can't basically say I know India's answer, because we have seen some mothers undergo depression after giving birth to children. And I think that they need support from friends, families to support them so they can overcome postpartum depression.
Yeah, I think it can, due to various reasons. maybe the changes that women undergo after birth in their bodies. That can also lead to depression, so I think it can lead to depression.
You're bringing somebody new, like mostly parents, mostly the mothers, they don't know how they can handle the child, what they need. Yani kumlea tu in all, like it comes with challenges and responsibility. That's why I think most mothers go for postnatal depression.
Femi Ndungo is a counseling psychologist. She shares her expertise on mental health on how to guide people going through hard times. Who then is at risk? Because not all women go through postpartum depression.
There are many factors. There's a pregnancy that came, maybe you were not prepared for it. Probably something along the way during this pregnancy change. You could have, maybe it was that you're going through the pregnancy issues, you were getting sick, you are vomiting and all that comes with pregnancy. Another thing that could be happening, maybe if you have an unsupportive partner, you got pregnant and maybe along the way they denied or else they're no longer together. Then could be you also had the pregnancy was really traumatic. Like you did not expect to go to a CS and all of a sudden you saw yourself in theater and all that. And the trauma that comes with now long labor, hard labor, those are some of the facts. And then also you could have, probably you had a pre-existing condition, depression actually. And so you're here and you've gotten pregnant. This could also be an add-up of maybe a build-up of now making it worse when you're pregnant, or rather when you've already given birth.
How do you differentiate between, just mood swings, it's just a change of mood, and when do you actually say this is a serious case of postpartum depression?
Normally, any woman who gets a baby, they get excited, or else they are thought to. They need to be excited. It's a bouncing baby girl, bouncing baby boy, but then there are a lot of surprises that come with this baby. Remember when this woman was pregnant, they were waiting for this baby. But when this baby comes, does not come with the expectation that they had. You can look at this tiny baby and feel so hopeless. Like, will you manage to be the mother that you're supposed to be? You'll feel like you are hopeless yourself. And then, of course, because of what is happening in your body, sometimes you'll feel guilty. Sometimes you'll feel you're not doing enough as a mother. And then, of course, there are those moments you'll feel withdrawn. Remember, sometimes you're just alone with this baby at home. So there are those moments of feeling lonely. There's those moments of just going all kind of emotion. Yeah, of course, also your body is trying to retain or to go back to where it was. So you'll be at that place of maybe you're going through, if it is breastfeeding, you're not able to breastfeed this baby very well. Your appetite has shifted. Then you're looking at your body and you're thinking, oh, I've grown just too big. And of course, where does that put you? Is that this is not me? So instead of wanting and bonding with this child, they're already tired. Yeah, they're already tired. They feel like this is a child that has caused me to be this big. This is a child that has caused me to, probably my face has changed. I have this baby fat and all that. So they are the cause, or else they are to blame for where this lady is.
So how then do you go about, supporting, or can I say managing? Because I don't know that say it's treating, but managing postpartum depression.
From experience, I think a number of them, when they come for session, they don't know what's happening. And so you will try to do what we call psychoanalysis. Like, when did it start? Then you realize that a number of them had either a condition, or if not that, the pregnancy was a trauma in itself. So we listen. What we do, we listen. We listen to anything they say. If they tell you they don't feel like bathing, they don't want to see the baby, what we do, we don't judge. So you'll be at a place of listening. And it's in listening, you'll be able to, she'll feel safe. You create this safe place where they can say and they can talk anything and everything that they are going through. So from there, we are able now to diagnose. Is it a medical? Is it psychotherapy? So if it's medical, we refer. And if it's psychotherapy, then now we do talk therapy. So, and this, of course, we create many sessions where this lady is able to talk it out. She's able, without feeling judged.
So, but when it's about talk therapy, when it's just counseling, what exactly are you aiming at achieving when you're talking to this patient?
You see, in listening, you are able to assess so much. And then, because you start from when did it start, you realize a number of them, either they wanted the gender. They wanted a boy, a girl came. They wanted a girl, a boy came. Then, of course, the financial constraint. Some of them will, the expectation were not met. Some of them, they will even tell you, I was forced to this. Yeah, so my finding will be more of why, not really why, making meaning of what is happening. Yeah, making meaning. So I'll help you, support you into finding meaning of why you are in this situation. See, a number of them will be blaming themselves. And like I say, postpartum can happen to anyone. They're rich, they're educated. So you'll be at a place, first of all, normalizing. You are not bad, you're not a bad mother. I mean, this is just a condition. And so in talking, I'll be geared into helping you. Where do you want to be?
I'm sure in your practice you've come, I know, across very many, can I say, cases of postpartum depression. Could you just share with us briefly one of the worst, cases that you've ever come across?
There's this lady who came to my office, and they were having marital issues with the husband. And of course, I listened to both of them separately. And so the husband would tell me this, and the lady would tell me this. But they're carrying this baby with them. And the lady kept on crying. And so when the husband left, she opened up. And she told me, where I am, I feel I don't deserve to live. And you see, she has the baby there. And she confessed that at one time, she felt like both of them, her and the baby, they don't deserve to live. And why she felt unsupportive. The husband is going, actually, this is a time that she's even coming late. And you see, even the husband is also going through his own path, coming and getting home to this baby who is crying every other time. So the lady at that point, she feels lonely, she feels unwanted, and she feels then she does not deserve to live. And then she was also in this position where her figure was good, but now all of a sudden the stomach and everything. And at that time, I think she told me, I don't think I need to live. So that's the worst. Because she was suicidal, I would say. And suicidal is also real on ladies who are going through postpartum depression, because at that time they also feel like ending the children also. So they want to die, and they also want to they want to kill the children.
So you talked about somebody being suicidal. Can this explain why sometimes you find a woman deciding to, can I say, take her own life and take the life of the children or the child, and people don't really understand why somebody would want to do that?
Yes, because postpartum being a depression, so it's all about the mind. So it's a mental well-being. And you see, at that time when you're not okay, anything can happen. You're not at your right mind, so your mind will throw you everywhere. And so actually one of the things that I'm happy is that there are bodies that are coming up in supporting these women, because they're calling it maternal mental wellness, so that this is specifically for women. And in our country it's happening. So any lady who feel, hopefully it's going to develop with time, and they're going to have a call number where any lady is at home and feeling this suicide or feeling all this kind of emotion, they can call and get support.
How important is a support system for a woman during pregnancy and even after pregnancy?
Now, support system is very key here. I would say that any family that they have this person, a lady who is, for that matter, who has given birth, they need your support. Just be there. Let them not feel like now they have been resigned to fate. Nowadays, we are having what you're calling baby reveal. All the pink, all the blue. I wish the same crowd would be in the houses of these ladies once they give birth, so that they can just be there to laugh with them, take coffee, take biscuits, so that she not feel left out and feel like now she has resigned to be just a mother and not the person that she was. So motherhood is good, but then we need to do more education on what postpartum depression is.
Thank you for staying with us. We are now in our Studio B, where I want to share some of the tips that you can in case to, number one, navigate or prevent postpartum depression. Well, a history of depression is one of them. Do you have a history of depression? It will be important for you to share with your doctor so that they know how to manage you in case you go through postpartum depression, or even to prevent it for that matter. Manage stress and build supportive networks. This just means that at least have a supportive, network with you, whether it's friends or relatives, someone you can share your difficult times with, and that will help you navigate or even prevent postpartum depression. Learning about mental health and well-being, well, just like learning about any health condition, learning about mental health and well-being will help you to spot some of the symptoms we've talked about here in as far as postpartum depression is concerned, and that will also help you to prevent postpartum depression and will look after your mental health, and that is another important aspect in as far as preventing postpartum depression. While exercise and balanced diet is an important aspect of health and lifestyle, and while it's important for overall health, that also means that it's important for your mental health. Have a balanced diet. That just means have at least a diet that is with carbs, proteins, vegetable, fruits, and healthy fats. Also, physical activity. The World Health Organization does recommend 30 minutes of physical activity for adults, at least 5 days a week. That will also help you to prevent mental health issues, and in this particular instance, postpartum depression. And these activities could include walking, cycling, swimming, even going to the gym or dancing, or whatever other activity that you may enjoy. Well, this will also help you to maintain, a healthy body weight, and can also improve your mental health.